If you have a retirement income and retirement savings, you've got the problem in retirement of making it last the rest of your life. The number one fear of retirees when they're surveyed is they're concerned that if they spend some of their savings, that they're going to get into their 80s and 90s and they're going to live longer than their money does. So when we help you with retirement planning, that becomes our problem too. It's a shared problem. Now, most people in retirement have a Social Security check. If they're a married couple, they got two of them. Very few people anymore have a pension, but if you're one of those folks, this is a fixed amount. These two things, or this one thing, is a fixed amount. It goes up a little bit with inflation, but that's how much money you have to live on. And that needs to be supplemented with retirement accounts, savings, and then insurance, annuities and life insurance. So when we're doing retirement planning, we've got to make all of this last for your entire lifetime. Now, these two things, you can't outspend them. I mean, you can't outlive them. Your Social Security check is going to continue until the day you die. Same with a pension. These accounts, which you're making withdrawals from, or we're doing it according to some kind of plan, are going to only last as long as there's money in there. So that's the problem that we help people with. And many times people try to solve this, and investment planners try to solve this through just earning a significant return. People say, well, I want 7%, or I want 8%, or people think they can get 10% over time, and then I'll just spend that, and then the money will always be there. And what that's not taking into account is possible market losses. And over a 30-year retirement, you're going to have many years with corrections in the market. It's been my experience that with clients is, sure, there's some joy when we have those big years like we had last year in 2019 in the market. People get some joy of gain, but it doesn't really affect their life that much. This far outweighs this, is that even though they're less often, those big market corrections and the anticipation of them just causes a lot more pain and fear, counteracting really that joy. So what does all that mean? Is that retirees' money, generally we're going to want to have them in safe things and in guaranteed things, and that means typically lower returns, smaller returns. And so if we're going to live off of something like 2 or 3 or 4% or 5% of the principal, then we're going to have to be robbing some savings. And that brings in this problem of outliving your money. So how do we do that? Well, these things, we know what we're going to get and how long we're going to get it, which is really the rest of our life. When we talk about a retirement account, which most of the time you haven't paid taxes on yet, it's in an IRA or it's in a 401k, so you've got taxes to account for with them. When we have savings, or what are really called non-qualified savings, money in the bank, money in a brokerage account where you've already paid taxes, we can make withdrawals from that without paying any taxes. And then we've got insurance, annuities and life insurance, and say, well, why are those up there? Well, an annuity is really the way and the only way to take these retirement savings and retirement accounts and turn them into something like your Social Security check. Okay, this video is too short to get into that, but we can create an income for you that you can't outlive. Okay, we also have some ways to reduce the taxes that you're paying on your retirement account by doing what are called Roth conversions, which is paying the taxes now so that we have tax-free income and tax-free growth later. So because taxes in retirement are just a big deal. If you have a certain amount of money that you need to live on, that's an after-tax amount. And so if we can structure and help you structure your returns so they're both safe, they're guaranteed that they're going to come in, and then at the same time we can make them tax-free or low tax, that's a win-win for everybody. Now, I'm Hans Scheil. I've written a couple of books on these subjects. We're in all 50 states in the District of Columbia, and I thank you for listening.